Welcome to Steampunk Tuesday. I'm Harry.
I'm Larry. And Mo.
I have a great project for you today and a great new product which I'm going to use on this fantastic little project. So, Bentley's here. Let's get cracking.
So what's in the bag, Ian?
Okay, this is a great new product today I'm going to use.
Let me just move that coffee out of the way.
Yes.
It's probably going to end up in my lap.
It's got my chappy on it. There we are. Okay, these are, I'm calling them Resin Ephemera.
Resin Ephemera?
Resin.
Excellent.
Hand cast by myself.
Excellent.
So, let's go through the bag. I decided to show you what you get in the pack because you do get a lot for your pennies. Okay, so we'll start off. We have a lovely lady's head.
Like a nouveau lady.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of white on it, but it's just a little bit of dust. Like a nouveau lady, we've got a fantastic pair of wings, which are all
almost deco.
Almost. So we have those. We have a second set of smaller wings.
Beautiful.
I'll say they're all cast in resin by myself, and they're all colours. They're a bronze colour, so you don't even have to paint them.
No, because resin's normally the clear or that kind of white chocolatey kind of colour, isn't it? So, but these are, you've put bronze pigment in.
Pigment in, yeah.
Right.
I mean, look at the detail. Look at that. Watch inside of a watch, pocket watch.
Didn't you use something similar on one of the other frames you did? That was cast in, was it Fimo?
That was just Fimo, yeah.
It's Fimo, right. But this is proper resin.
This is proper resin.
So it's a lot lighter.
Oh, it's a lot lighter and a lot more detail. I mean, look at that.
It's beautiful because obviously it's liquid, isn't it?
Yeah. You get each little cog. You can see every little tooth in that cog. So you get them, and you get two of the little tiny
steampunky
coggies, plus a larger cog,
gear wheel,
plus the inside of a lady's pocket watch. I mean, how delicate is that?
Yeah, the detail's lovely on it.
So all these come in the set.
So how many pieces?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces.
So 10 pieces?
Yes. So they're on my website now. My website, not yours.
Your website, which I'll put a link on the screen now, but there'll also be a clickable link in the description area below this video, direct to this product. Are we setting up a new category on the website?
I think we will be, yeah.
Right, okay.
So we'll do that later. So, but the good thing about it is they're already base coated, so you haven't got to worry about painting them or
exactly.
Like that.
You could literally just glue and stick these on, couldn't you? And you're off.
So,
but
they're the pieces.
But can you paint them?
Of course. So I've got myself a little box frame.
Oh, that's cute.
So what I'm going to do with the box frame, I'm going to put those to one side for now.
Is that a 4" by 4" one?
It is a 3.3 inch.
3 by 3.
3.3 by 3 by 3. Sorry, yeah, 3.
So it is a 3" shadow box.
Yeah, 3 inch shadow box. But what's nice about the one I bought? When I bought it, I thought, oh no, it's got a thing in glass in it, and I won't be able to get it out. But
oh, look at that.
Because what I want to do, I want to paint the frame, and I'm not painting the frame bronze. I'm going to paint it copper.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know where I've put my paint.
Did you? What?
I think I've left it downstairs.
Right. Okay. Shall we have a natural break?
2 minutes, and I'll be back.
Okay.
5. Mike's been kind enough to bring my stuff back for me.
As if by magic.
I know. I use an old tin plate, as you can tell.
Enamel.
Tin enamel. Same, isn't it?
Well, it's enamel coated, isn't it? It's pie plate.
The paint
really.
I'm using is the Artiste Do Crafts. It's just from it's not expensive paint. It's from the range in the UK. Give you that.
Thank you very much. That's a nice present.
It's not overly thick,
Okay.
but it's.
I thought you said you were using copper.
No, bronze.
You said copper.
Today I'm using bronze though. Well, I know what I'm doing, but whether I can convey what I'm doing is a different matter. I want a slightly different finish to normal. I normally do copper.
You see, to me, they look more coppery than bronze.
Yes, that's the whole idea.
Right.
So what I want to do is to put...
I know it said bronze on the pigment, but it actually looks more copper, doesn't it?
Yeah. What I want to do is just paint the outside of the frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush those resin pieces, the ephemera, so it all sort of matches. Just push those out of the way for a moment. The wood drinks the painting quite quickly,
Yes.
but
Soaks it.
soaks in really quickly.
It's a right soaker.
It's not expensive though, so the paint,
Yeah.
so you don't really mind putting quite a bit on.
Yeah, it is an inexpensive paint. When I first started doing art journaling, I only bought those paints
Yes, you did.
because I could buy lots of different colours and they were for cheap.
Yes, they were. But what's good about it as well, being quite thin, that it actually goes in beautifully into the wood.
Yeah.
You're only going to need one coat on this. There we go. The reason I use a sponge dauber, it's one of Mr. Tim Holtz's daubers, is that if you paint it with a brush, you see the brush strokes and it ruins the steampunk magic for me. For me, it needs to be to look
Like a hammered finish.
like hammered finish or a cast bronze finish. There we go. There we are. By using the spansler as well, you get a really good edge at the back, so you're not going all over the wooden frame.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're going to have to paint a lot. And
I suppose it's a bit more controllable, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It's like using a roller on the walls when you do your decorating.
Yeah. So I think if you've got dexterity problems as well, like you've got arthritis in your fingers or
Oh, this is so much better.
it's easier just to be able to do it this way
Yeah.
rather than try and manhandle a brush.
And you'll never get
Or lady handle a brush.
lady handler brush, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have problems with brush marks or smearing. Oh yeah, it's just had one coat,
That's cool.
and that will dry really, really flat. I also just want to do the slip on the inside,
Slip.
so I'm just going to
On
do
the inside of the slip.
the inside of the slip.
Oh, right, because that's going to be visible on the inside of
Yes,
the
you see on the
frame,
inside
isn't
of the
it?
frame. I've
Right.
just got a brush just to do into the very corners. One of Mike's brushes, I hasten to add, so I better make sure I wash
Is
it.
it?
Yeah,
Where's that come from?
I found it on there.
All right.
He's got that many brushes, ladies and gents. He doesn't know where he's coming and going. Just spoilt. Lucky boy. Put that there.
It's one of those things that you see them on offer sometimes and you just grab them
Yes.
because if like me, if you're like me, you sometimes forget to wash your brushes.
Naughty man. Must admit though, I've done that myself. I think we all do. We get sidetracked or we're being creative and then suddenly it's like, oh, I need to do this. So you put your brush down
And you forget it's there.
and you come back to it. Well, you had some brushes in soaking, didn't you?
For a year. And they're just coming back now.
Yes.
I know there's some stuff you can get, but I just put them in soapy water and just left them. Kept changing the water every 2 or 3 weeks.
Eventually it breaks down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there we are. That's the inside of the slip done.
Nice.
So we'll just try that with a heat gun. I'll wash the brush and then we'll get into trouble.
Just drop it in the water over there, look.
Oh yeah. It's the right colour as that water.
Yes, it's because it wants changing, but it's still water.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Just put that over there.
Commented on my domestic arrangements.
Where? There we are. I think we're all dry now.
That's nice. What I like is you can still see a little bit of the grain.
So I like that. I'll
In
give
the
you that
wood.
back if I may. Yeah, so that's done. This is also done. So I'm just going to pop that back inside the frame.
You're not putting the glass back in.
Whoops! I knew I put it somewhere for a reason.
Problem with glass is
You can't see it.
no.
Just
Oh,
get a
yes.
bit of kitchen roll and just give it a. There we are.
A little bit of a clean.
But be careful not to slide your hands down the glass.
No,
There we are.
because that's a trip to ER if that's the case.
Or a plaster.
Accident and emergency.
Okay, so that goes in first. And then the slip goes inside.
Just have to jiggle it past the side clips, don't
Yeah,
you?
it's just one of the side clips is a little bit proud. There we are. So when you look inside the frame, all you'll see
Yep,
is that.
lovely.
So just put the back on it for now, just to keep it all in one piece. And just pop the nubbins back on. Oh yeah, so that's what you'll see, but there'll be a picture in the middle. So, it's got a little hanger, but I'm actually going to have it like that, I think.
Stood up.
Stood up, yes. So we're dry, yeah, we're perfectly dry. So, to start with, we talked about this before, Mike and I. There's actually enough in this kit, this set, to make 2 projects, isn't
Yes,
there?
there is. There are.
There are. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the lady and the large wings. So the wings will be like that.
And the lady's going on.
The lady's
Not at
going-
a cocky angle like
No,
that.
no, she's not going in a cockly
In
angle.
fact, she's drunk.
She'll be going on straight like that.
Yeah, that's lovely.
By doing that. But there's also the second set. So the second set you could put on again, do that.
Or use it, like we said, on a different project.
Yeah. Or put that in the middle.
Yeah. You don't have to use it as a steampunky piece, do you?
No.
You could use it as a little Christmassy angel, couldn't you?
You could indeed. That's a very good idea, Mike. But what I'm going to do, I think we said we were going to do it like this, didn't we, Mike?
We said, well, we talked about it. We said that we would put both sets on.
Both sets on, just to see, so you can see what it's like.
Yeah. But you can be as frugal with your bits as you like.
So
If you might just want to just put the wings on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You get one set of wings and
You could put wings and a cog, or wings.
and that's it, yeah. And do you could do 2 or 3
So
little
pretty.
frames, couldn't you?
Oh yes, you could.
Yeah.
They're inexpensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some of my magic glue up. The glue that I've brought in is my.
Ian's also started to use the 100% recyclable.
I have indeed.
I talked him into it.
So I'm using a book here just to rest on. It's a book that somebody gave me. I read the book and then thought, well,
Thought it was rubbish.
it wasn't rubbish. I just didn't really enjoy it that much. So I thought rather than putting it in the bin, by doing this,
Repurpose.
I can use a couple of pages, rip them out, and then you go again, rather than using cardboard constantly.
Yeah, it's a good idea to use it as a palette. It's a ready-made palette book, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So now you can buy palette books. There we are. Right, so we need to put some onto about there.
This is your 2-part epoxy resin,
Yeah,
isn't
this
it?
is 90-second epoxy, yeah. So we'll put that there.
Just lining it up with the top of the frame.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see how a bit further that way. I think use heads, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'll put that behind there. And that on there. What's nice about it, you can actually move it around as well. What are you going to say, Mike?
Well, you seem to be moving out of frame a little
Sorry.
bit. So if you
There
want
we
to just
are.
move that just to the side.
Yeah, we'll be sorry about
Bring it
that.
down a little
I'm
bit,
inclined to
because-
do that. There we are.
Spatial awareness. It's
Yeah.
not his best.
No, it's not.
No.
So if we put that,
That better.
that's better, isn't it?
I know you can see the camera in the glass now, but
Oh yes, it's waving. It's waving to you. So yeah, so that's in the middle there.
lovely.
I'll just let those set for a minute or two to make sure that they're level. Do they look level to you,
They
Mike?
do. But does it really matter if they're not
No.
quite 100% level?
No, but it's just me being pernickety. Just grab a wet wipe. Oh.
They're like magicians' handkerchiefs.
Yeah, I mean look, they just come out again and again. A postman's just been. And what he's brought.
I might have brought that bag of fixing screws I've been waiting for.
Oh yeah, we bought some things for the shed. And some hooks for the shed, there were no screws in them. Pretty dang useless. But there you go.
Not postman.
Is it not?
Some local supermarket sending us a lovely flyer about what special offers they've got on.
Oh, lovely. I should just wipe that off there, yeah.
And vouchers included.
Oh, lovely.
Discount vouchers.
So that will go on there. That's setting nicely. You see?
Cool.
But what's nice is you don't have to paint the backs of them,
No.
because they're already done.
Haha.
Aha.
Time saver.
Yeah, and they're a lovely terracotta type bronze colour.
Coppery
colour, coppery bronze.
Coppery terracotta-y kind of bronzy colour. There you go.
Bronzery colour.
You couldn't get any more
Vague.
specific than that.
Any more sort of specifically vague.
Yeah.
So that one go on there. And then I'm just going to put on the other ones. So on this one, I'm going to put. What did we say I was going to put in? Was it that one I was going to put in the middle, Mike?
I think so, or maybe one of the smaller clock mechanisms, but I like that one.
I like that one as well. We'll put that one in the middle. We'll work in the middle and work our way back.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit in the middle. There we
And
are.
of course, with them having flat backs as well,
Yeah.
it makes life so much easier.
Flat backs are just very slightly domed, some of them.
Depending on how generous you were with the resin.
Yeah, but it's
I like the fact that the wings are slightly different shapes.
yeah, I do. They're slightly more. I don't know what the word is, to be honest.
Well, the bottom set are a bit more right angle, aren't they? They're a bit more up and proud.
Yes, they are. Yeah, just move that back a fraction.
The one on the right looks a little bit higher than the one on the left.
Well,
The wingtip on the right hand side. Maybe just tilt it down a little.
I'm just going to go along a little bit. I don't think that's stuck onto there. I think that's it because they're both pointing out the edges.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Okay, so we'll just let those set for a moment or two. And we'll be back in 2 shakes of a doggy's tail.
Oh.
Poor doggy. Okay, so they're all stuck now. Mike has left me, he's behind me now cutting out a photograph to go into the frame. He's not disappeared completely.
He's allowed me to play with knives.
I have, it's a mistake. So I put, they're on there, they're all nicely stuck now, doesn't take long. So I'm just going to stick on the lady now. So what I'll do is a little bit more glue. Don't need a huge amount. And you're supposed to put the tops on it, but I never do. It doesn't go off on its own, so with it being a 2-part mix, unless they touch, that's when it starts to stick together. But they're usually pretty good. There we go. Okay, so on the back of her, I want her to go about there. So I need her to go across there. And across there. There's a big sigh from Mike there.
Yep, because I told it to print out 3 inches by 3 inches and it tain't.
It ain't.
It ain't printed it out 3 inches by 3 inches. So,
Make sure I've got the glue in the right place. I have. So what I need to do now for me is just to hold that there for 90 seconds. And I'll be back to you in about 90 seconds, funnily enough. Okay, so we're all dry now. We've had a bit of a discussion at this end about what colour we're going to dry brush it. We've been through some different variations here. We've been through...
what subtle ones?
We've been through white, we've been through silver, and we've been through silver and bronze mixed, which is the one I'm going to go for. So I think that looks beautiful.
It does, it looks really nice. It's kind of understated, but it still catches the light.
So it just mix up a little bit on the mat. We don't want too much, obviously, because it's just for dry brushing, and Mike tells me off because I always put far too much on the brush.
It does.
I can't help it.
There's a reason it's called dry brushing.
Yes, I know. There we go. Okay. So I've got got the silver and the gold. It's a bit light, bit too dark, isn't it?
Add a bit more silver. You've got some more silver on the brush itself, look. So mix that in. And just add a bit more silver if you need to.
What paint is this? Is indigo blue.
Yeah.
What is it? Vodka martini.
Yeah, silver, basically.
Yes.
So just make sure you've got enough made up to do the whole lot, 'cause you don't want to have to remix it again.
No, I don't. I think that's...
Because you might not get the same...
It's like buying paint, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so I'll just get rid of most of that off on a piece of kitchen roll. Just have a
I don't remember. Dry.
dry. So I'm going...
And, right, if you've got lines in it like that, you
Yes.
want to go in the opposite direction, or at 90 degrees.
So I'm going that way at this side.
No,
end.
because you're following the lines of the
So it's
feathers.
so it's about that way then, isn't it?
So you want to be going the 90 degrees, so moving. That's it.
Oh yes, I see. I always...
If you've got lines in it, always go at 90 degrees to them. So you're not going in the grooves, you're going against the grooves. If you get what I mean.
I do. Madonna said that, didn't she? She said get into the groove.
I was getting to the groove. You
Not
don't
get
want
out
to
the-
get into
in
the
the
groove.
Okay, I'll do
You
the
want
other
to
way.
stay away
Away from the groove.
You've put paint on the brush and then you haven't wiped any off.
There we go. So this one is this direction again.
That's it. There you go.
Oh, this is clever. I know I did it before, ladies and gents, but oh, whoopsie daisy.
Did you say the S word then?
Nearly. Sugar, I said actually, because I don't use bad language. And then for her,
brush. Try and keep it as flat as you can. That's it. Now, it's going to be difficult going over a nose and things, but you have to go as flat as you possibly can. Almost horizontal. That's it.
No more on her, I think.
Slowly, just.
Yeah. I don't think she needs any more, does she? On her.
I think you've got a subtle highlight, which is just nice.
Okay, and then this one is that direction, the opposite direction again. Almost feel the tension, ladies and gentlemen. Wipe some off. And then this way will be, well, that's the way the lines are going, so it's that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know it makes sense to you lot out there, but I've...
You're still learning, I know you're still learning. You just have to remember to try and keep the brush as flat as possible.
Yes, of course. To do the sides of this.
And of course, if you think you want a little bit more, right, you see how the folds in the fabric there are coming this way?
Yes.
Right. So go against it.
Oh, so that way.
That's it. And then they've got the folds in the hair going that way.
So you go that way,
opposite.
so you go that way.
That's right.
It's constantly moving, isn't it? Because you've got to stay...
That's right.
Ahead of the...
You've got to always go at 90 degrees to the actual movement of the item.
And then back up there. And I think... Oh, she looks great, doesn't she? What I want to do now, I'd like to put a little bit of highlight on.
A low light.
A low light, sorry.
Because it's darker.
Yeah, sorry. Duh. So this is Peacock Teal from Indigo Blue. I adore this colour.
Metallic again, but this is like a real rich metallic kind of verdigris kind of colour. So again, you don't need a huge amount, but remember to brush off
90% of it.
Yeah.
So just onto the edges of the butterfly wing. Yeah. Butterfly to angel's wing, sorry, not butterfly wing. There we are. Oh, nearly went the wrong way then. And I'm just going to do the bottoms. That's alright, isn't it?
Mm. Bottoms.
The bottom of the wing. Feathers, bottom of the feathers. There we are. That looks lovely.
Just adds a little bit of patina, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does. It also, it's a little bit of interest, isn't it? Whip it off of my brush. Right, so then again the opposite direction. And then a bit more off. And oh, hang on, they're going that way, so I go that way, don't I?
That's right.
It's very subtle. I hope the camera can pick up the green.
Well, if it doesn't, we'll definitely pick it up in the photographs. So we'll be able to get a nice idea in the photographs.
Right,
but it's not critical. You know what I mean? As long as you're happy with the way that the colour's picking up,
I am very happy.
Then that's all that really matters.
I'd like to just put a little bit... I wanted a little bit more green at the top.
It's fine, just put a couple more layers on then.
Rather than going in neat.
Rather than going in with a massive great big splodge. If you go in with two thinner layers, better than going in with one.
That's it. That's exactly what I want it to look like now.
Brush off. You went straight in from the palette. Getting ahead of yourself.
I am, so I get excited.
That's it.
That's it. And then
so you've got the base coat of that kind of silver shimmer, and then going over the top again.
what I want to do is just to kiss the edges, just lightly.
Yeah.
To try and pull it together a little
Yeah.
bit. Because the frame's a little bit.
Although it's supposed to be bronze, it's still a bit goldy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But you've got a nice variation in colour. That's nice, where you've just picked up the edges. It's almost like just a little bit of distress, isn't it?
Yes, but very, very little. Just so it's just.
Well, it's understated rather than in your face.
Yeah. There we go. So we've got a bit on the glass there. Oops.
You put a bit as a shadow piece.
Yeah, just try and see if I could. Okay, so what I want to do now, obviously, what needs to go on there now?
A picture.
Well, no, I've got to put the rivets on first.
Oh, of course, yes. Have you got them?
I have. Excuse the wobbliness. I'm just going to wipe the paint off the mat, because what normally happens to me is I leave the paint and then I put my hands in it. I'm really pleased with that.
Oh, you're done with this.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Most kind.
In the bin.
It's going in the bin. Okay. There we are. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course these are the lovely, lovely large ones. The big rivets that I like. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one to go at the bottom as well. 5. When these are dry, I'm going to brush over the top with some of the blue just to pull it all together.
Okay.
But I'll have to do that off camera, because obviously it's going to take a while for it all to dry.
But what we'll do is I'll wait
1.
wait for the photos. When we take the photos, we'll wait till you've done that. So the end photographs at the end should show the dry brushing on the rivets as well.
Rivets as well, yes, indeed. Because they look a bit new for this project, because they'll do the bits.
I like the fact that all the tones, they're all still kind of earthy tones, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And metallic-y tones.
They are.
Regardless of whether or not they're not all. If they're done all the same,
it would have just melded into one.
It would have just kind of disappeared, I think.
But there we go. So that is the rivets on.
That looks really nice.
So what I'll do is I'll wait till this is dry, then I can put the picture in and we can talk about distressing the rivets.
Oh,
so fantastic. I will do it. I've changed my mind.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Mike.
So we're just going to have a coffee break.
Oh yes, please.
And you don't drink coffee.
Milk. I don't drink milk either, do I? So I'll just have a cup of warm water.
Cup of fruit tea for you.
Oh, tissan.
Yes.
Poirot would say.
Monsieur Poirot.
Okay, so we're all dry now. I've got a little bit of the peacock teal, quite a bit on the brush, get rid of some of that, and then just go lightly across the top, just to knock it back a little bit. It's very faint, but very fine. But you can see the teal just glowing on there. That's the one with the teal on, they're the ones without. There's definitely a difference.
It's lovely.
Yes, Mike says it's lovely. He's in the distance, he's just...
I'm coming back.
Are you coming back?
I'm coming back.
Okay, so... Oh yeah, just to knock it back a little bit.
It's just adding like that teal highlight to it. You've got the highlights from the light reflecting anyway down the sides.
Yes, you have.
So it just adds another little bit of dimension to it. A bit of...
I can see it now.
Yes, faux patina.
Faux patina, yes. So I'll just grab another wet wipe, as long as it's not a magician's one this time.
Magician's string of wet wipes.
So we've got the frames now complete. Give you that mic for me, please.
I'll just clean this bit up over here that you've missed.
Oh dear, sorry. It's Mike's new mic, you see.
Tidy freak.
Makes a change. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just open the back up. Like that. Just pull out the back piece. And Mike has printed me out a picture of my mum. That's my mum when she was about 40, I think. I'm not sure, maybe earlier, 35. She died 10 years ago, didn't she?
9 years ago. Yeah.
9 years ago, yeah. So I'll put mum in there. Like
Does it
that.
fit nicely?
Yes, it does.
Just turn it over just to make sure that the she's not. It'll move a little bit.
Yeah, we'll move a little bit, but yes. Just push these back down. And there, what we have today's project.
Hey.
I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed doing it. I really, really love this resin ephemera, and it's so easy to use. And we've still got, of course, those left
Other bits to use.
that we've been playing with while we've been checking the colours. What's nice about the resin is if you're going to use an acrylic paint, as long as it doesn't dry, you could put it on. I don't like it. Just put it under the tap or use a baby wipe, and it'll come straight off.
Yes.
Because with it being a resin, so theoretically you could actually paint it all, let it nearly dry, then wipe it off so it all goes into the
You could. You could do that. You could paint it black
yeah,
into all the colours and then wipe the top.
yeah. So that was
Which might be an easier way of doing it than doing the dry brushing.
well, these things come to us while we're doing, isn't it?
It does.
So there we go.
I mean, we'll probably have time. Do you want to try and do one?
Yes, okay.
We've probably got time to do it.
Got some
So
black paint.
let's just get set up and then we'll be back.
We'll be back for an idea's come from this.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Welcome to part 2.
As Mike rightly said, welcome to part 2. We're going to use the Deco lamp black for this because it's if we use gesso, it's going to be a
Yeah.
That's it. Don't
I mean,
need a lot, do we?
this is a little bit of an experiment. We're not really sure. We're hoping that it's going to work. So we'll try it.
If
and
it
then-
doesn't work, it's nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Well,
is it?
exactly.
And if it works well, it's something you can try at home. And
Yeah, and we're using a piece that can be painted again with copper paint or whatever. So you're not ruining it if it doesn't go right.
oh no, not at all. Which is why we're using this rather than gesso, because gesso would just fill in all the holes, wouldn't it? You would be able to see. It'd be a bit thick, a bit
Right,
gloopy.
yeah. Well, it's also a bit grainy as well, isn't it? So
Of course, it's from the nature of what it is.
Yes.
Okay, so
Are you going to do just round the sides?
can do. I don't want to get it all over the place, but
You're bound to get some on your fingers anyway, so
Yes.
you're just going to have to
grin and bear it.
man up, I was going to say. Never mind.
I'm glad you didn't say that. It was offensive, I think. There we go.
Put your big girl pants on.
I've got my big girl pants on. I always wear them on Steampunk Tuesday. So there we go. So that's that. So just
So
pass
are
me
you
the-
going to use a wet wipe or are you going to use a dry tissue?
I'm going to use a dry tissue, but I'm going to dry it with a heat gun for a minute and see what happens. You wouldn't?
No,
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't dry it.
Mike shook his head quite.
Right, you can dry it and then use a wet wipe, or you can use a dry tissue.
Which
while
do you
it's
think's
still
going to work
wet.
best, Mike?
Either, I think. Which one would you feel more comfortable doing?
Oh, well, you're asking. Probably just a tissue.
Right.
So
You're going to have to do it quick because you've only got a thin layer of acrylic on there.
okay, so we just rub the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go on.
you probably can't see what I can see, but this. Oh, it looks like it's been. It looks like it's years old. More thing.
I think what the word... Oh, there goes Betty. I think the word that you're looking for is it looks weathered.
It does.
Look at that.
That is what I thought that was.
So that was wet with a dry towel.
Wet with a dry towel, yeah. So
So theoretically, we could try it again, paint it black again, and try and dry it and see what happens with a wet towel.
Well,
What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
See whether it works on both techniques. Nothing ventured.
Why don't we? We've got a spare wing downstairs.
I've got more than one spare wing.
Oh, has he?
Um,
Yeah, but yours are a different colour than mine. Yours were test ones.
We're painting it black anyway.
because we're going to see the copper through, aren't we?
Okay.
So we'll just go and grab a spare wing from downstairs and be back in 2 shakes. Okay, so that is wet with a dry towel.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just get a bit more lamp black. This is just another one of the pocket watchers. What we're going to do now is paint it all over, then dry it. And we're going to use
A wet towel.
a wet towel onto a dry surface. What do we call it? This is rather exciting.
Experimenting.
Oh gosh, that's what our journaling's all about, and crafting, isn't it? And making things.
Well, it's finding out which techniques work best. It's all right saying, all right, you can dry brush, but what about the opposite?
Yeah,
Adding your weather in.
yeah. So I'll just go on the outside, as Malcolm McLaren did with his Buffalo Gals, because they went round the outside.
You're showing your age now.
I believe. I was born in 1978.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I was.
And then some.
And then a lot more, yeah. Okay, so that's that. I'll just wipe that off there, because...
I think you've missed a few
missed a little bit.
indentations.
Have I? There we go. I just don't want to get it all over the place. There we are.
Right.
Okay.
Just remember,
Yeah,
the Tim Holtz craft mat
yeah.
is heat resistant,
Ish.
but not heat proof.
Right, so don't go mad with it or it'll all buckle.
No, the mat underneath
Will
will
buckle.
absorb the heat,
Right.
and that will buckle,
Okay, I've got an alternative now.
and then I'll be very vexed.
So, vexed, I love that. What I'll do is then, I will take my glue off there, and I will pick that up and put that on top of there.
Marvellous.
And I'll set fire to the book. Way hey, happy days.
Yes. And while you're doing that, do you want to just put that brush in the water?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
There we go. Oh, it's drying really quite quickly actually. Okay, we're dry. Hey. So, this is completely dry now.
I should hope so.
Yes. I haven't burnt the table though, so that's fine. I'm just going to get a wet wipe. Okay,
Wet
so we're going to do the same thing again, but this is a wet cloth.
Right. What I would do,
Yes.
okay, because these wet wipes tend to be kind of too wet, is just give it a squeeze, just to remove any total excess water. Thank
Flipping
you.
heck.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so you've actually got, rather than a wet cloth,
Damp cloth.
you've actually got just a damp cloth. Wrap it around your finger, or, this is another alternative,
Yeah.
and then just rub gently to try and remove
Okay,
the
so-
top surface. You could, if you wanted to, it's
Yeah.
only starting to work, I can see it, is use a Q-tip.
Yeah, that's true. I think the other version is better actually at the
Well,
moment.
this is what we're trying to do, weren't we?
I think it's coming off in
It's flaking,
flaking off.
but you're getting more of the shine through it.
Oh yeah, you are. It depends on the degree of weatheredness you want, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
well, I know which one I prefer.
Let's just finish this then, we'll have a look. Okay, so
Alright, so,
wet
with the dry cloth,
with a dry cloth and dry with a wet cloth. I know which I prefer.
yeah, that
That
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I do as well. But you at home maybe with completely different. You may like.
Could you hybrid it and just use a wet wipe on it as well?
Wet
just,
wipe
just
on what?
This one. Just to get the
Well,
thicker.
you're just going to flake the paint off, and you're just going to get the same kind of like raggy effect then.
I don't think you are. No. See, that for me, that's better for me because it's a little bit cleaner.
Right.
That's too gunked up in my opinion.
Well, that just looks like what it is.
Yeah, it does.
The paint's flaked off it.
Load of crap. So I reckon that this is the best. It's up to you what you want to do, but follow us is best. This is better.
I think the speed in which you remove the paint while it's still wet determines how clean you can get it.
It does.
So you've seen the two different methods. You've seen the dry with the wet wipe, and you've seen the wet with the dry towel. Like I said, have a go.
Yeah.
If you've got some bits and pieces, have a go yourself and see which one you prefer. But it does work both ways.
But remember as well, this is dry, okay?
Yeah.
Put it in the sink with some hot soapy water, some washing up liquid, and it'll all come off.
Some dish soap.
Dish soap.
And a toothbrush.
Yeah.
An old toothbrush you get into.
If you don't like it, just put it in the sink, bit of dish soap, toothbrush or something, get it at night, and all the colour will start to come off. If I rub there, it'll start to come off.
There you go. See? So you can always have another go.
You can do it as many times as you like.
Experiment to your heart's content. Brilliant. Do you want to bring that frame back in
Yeah.
then?
So we could have had a different finish,
Could have had.
but we've got the nice...
Oh, you've got it's your mum.
It's my mum.
You don't want
Yeah.
too much grunge for your mum.
No. But yeah, so it's just a little bit different, and I really love these.
Yeah, they're really, really good. And extreme value for money because you get the, what is it? 10 pieces. So go and have a look on his website. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that frame and the little experiment with the paint.
Dirty fingers.
If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from us for now. We will see you all again
Very soon.
very, very soon.
Bye for now.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.